Am I in the wrong for considering divorce over my wife's ex-behavior? From r/AITAH. Throwaway account. Yesterday, I posted this, but it got deleted because I replied harshly to an unkind comment. Recap. I've been with my wife for 6 years, married for 1.5 years. Her son, let's call him Jake, is 9. He used to call me Dad, and we had a great bond. 5 months ago, his biological dad showed up. Since then, Jake has been repeating things his dad says and constantly insulting me. I went from, "He's my dad," to, "He's just my mom's husband, ha!" I talked to my wife about it, but she thinks he's just a kid and that I should let it go. Last week, Jake called me because his dad, who was supposed to pick him up from school and then take him shopping for his mom's birthday, bailed on him. I stepped in, took Jake shopping, and we had a good half day together. I paid for the gift he picked out. I dropped him off at his dad's. He was sleeping and forgot about even picking Jake up from school. On my wife's birthday, Jake lied and said it was his dad who took him shopping and paid for the gift, despite his dad never having a job or paying child support. His dad graciously accepted all the compliments and even made fun of the gift I gave my wife. My wife, however, didn't say a word to him. After the party, when Jake went to his dad's, I told my wife I was upset that she didn't stand up for me. She rolled her eyes and said, "Why? Because he was more thoughtful than you?" I told her the truth about what happened, but she didn't believe me. I even showed her my credit card statement and phone logs proving that Jake called me on Tuesday. Frustrated, I left to stay with my brother because I can't be around someone who doesn't trust me. Here's the thing, my brother thinks I'm right. My mother-in-law has messaged me 1,000,000 times, saying it's a misunderstanding and that I'm overreacting. My wife hasn't apologized. She came over yesterday and said she feels stuck because she doesn't want to make her son feel bad about his dad. She keeps saying, "He's just a kid, and you should be the bigger person." When I asked if she was apologizing, she said no. She insisted it was just a misunderstanding and added that she's seen how much her ex has been trying. Then she said I was acting like a needy man baby. I told her that if she thinks so highly of her ex and doesn't see my efforts, she should leave because she clearly doesn't get my point. She doesn't seem to care about any of the effort I put in. Her response? "That's exactly what I'm saying. You're acting like a needy baby who needs a reward. You need to man up if you love me." So, now I'm torn. Should I start talking to a lawyer because there's no point in working on this? Or am I overreacting and should we try counseling? Being undervalued and unappreciated is the start of any demise to any relationship. Whether you agree or disagree with the OP, here's some top comments to get a general idea of what other people are thinking. Start detangling your life now. I feel bad for the kid, but not in the wrong. Yep, the kid is going to get terrible lessons from both of them, and to likely grow up just like deadbeat dad. But sadly, that's not OP's problem, and the kid's parents have made that abundantly clear. The "man up" comment from her is the most insulting of all. Her deadbeat ex isn't a man, he's a literal cockroach. He abandoned his kid and now returns and forgets to pick up his kid. He's a trash dad and a trash excuse of a man. Meanwhile, OP have raised this boy since he was 3 years old. Went out of his way to pick up the boy when bio dad forgot about him and spent a half day with him. That's how a man behaves. That she's trying to pit him against her deadbeat trash ex just shows that she belongs with her garbage ex. I feel terrible for the poor kid though. Not in the wrong, OP. And calling him a needy man baby. Terrible. While I understand her desire for there to be a bond between her son and her ex, I do not understand her total disrespect for you. She didn't believe you, called you a liar, refused to apologize, gaslight you, and then called you names? She's an AH. By the way, your stepson used you, lied about you, and then embarrassed you. At that age, these are still AH moves. The ex is a piece of garbage AH. Unless you enjoy this level of disrespect from the three of them, you're going to have to leave. Not one of them will ever back down or treat you with respect if you become their punching bag. Not in the wrong. $10 bio-dad told his son to say he bought it. $20 says that the divorce was a one-sided decision and she only married OP because she didn't want her or her son to be alone and broke. You are not overreacting. Trust is the most important thing in a marriage. The kid, bio-dad, and your wife all screwed you over. Her not believing you was the worst. Thank God you don't have a child with her. It's time to evaluate your life with this woman. Apparently, she's using you for financial support for her and the boy. You can't let them walk all over you, or they will. Your life will become a living hell. Please stand up for yourself. When she said this to you, "That's exactly what I'm saying. You're acting like a needy baby who needs a reward. You need to man up if you love me." She's playing you. Tell her it's time for her to go. Call her bluff. Send her and her boy away. She needs to know you won't be her whipping boy. She thinks she owns you already. Get a lawyer and end this. That level of disrespect and manipulation is unacceptable. OP needs to put himself first and set boundaries before things get worse. So personally, I'm not a big advocate for divorce, except under a few specific means. So I'll withhold my opinion for this one for now. With that being said, a lot of the top comments talk about the ex's behavior when it really should be about the wife. Her response to the things happening is what's concerning. The ex has done things that isn't acceptable, but he's not the husband anymore. OP is. So while I understand what these comments are saying and don't necessarily disagree with them, I think we also need to focus on the relationship between the wife and the husband, and the way that they're managing that with this new third party involved, or this old third party that has re-entered their lives. Either way, OP's in a hard spot, and I'm sure you all agree. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.